What's that?
I just went live to capture the rest of this conversation.
So, for our listeners, Dom had said it's difficult
I
to do
think,
virtual D&D or
yeah.
D&D dungeon crawls, and I was going to counter or just debate the point that I don't know that it is, and I think we see good examples of virtual dungeon crawling in these like Baldur's Gate, for example, or Solasta, or even doing the sewer run um, in Baldur's Gate into Avernus, or a lot of the traipsing about with the emissaries of ruin. I mean, that was more dungeon crawl than true adventure, really. And
I don't
those were
know.
okay. I wouldn't say it was like impossible or very easy to run, but I think they were okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not sold on it being like a well-suited format to dungeon crawls. I don't even know if like tabletop is like right. Like maybe the best dungeon crawl is just entirely theater of the mind. Is the best D&D just entirely theater of the mind? Probably.
I think if you can get to that point as a group,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's sort of idyllic in that form. It's just very difficult. You have to be very comfortable with the group you run with.
Yeah.
You have to be very talented at description. Like I'll say, I think both you and Shanti are way better than me at describing environs, and just you'd be surprised the number of words that you just like a berm. You mentioned it in your account. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know
What
that
the
that's
fuck is
true,
a
though,
verb?
because Avernus, when Twillip was falling over the river Styx, I could see it in my head. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, me too.
no. Oh, God. I could totally see
I
it.
could really see it. I had a. Yeah,
Well, I might
as
even
the river
say
Styx
you were
filled
sharing.
my field of vision.
Well, thank you. I have my moments where I can adequately or more than adequately describe something, but I'm just
I mean,
I think
even if you hadn't, it would have been more than made up for by the pure terror that I experienced. But yeah,
For the record, that was Jess's first character in a D&D game. Was
Yep.
Philip. So
Yeah.
that was his first
Oh,
character,
really?
Lost
plummeting to
forever.
not only death, non-existence in the
Is
river
that the
Styx.
first ever? I thought you had another character, like a barbarian character that you had played before. Am I making that up?
no, that was Will.
That was
yeah,
Will.
that was
That
my first ever character that I rolled.
Oh, no way.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Urbaya.
No,
Buy
for
a
what it's
scroll.
worth, when a well-established group that does sort of adventuring gets a dungeon crawl, it's actually refreshing and wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, it's a little bit like in when you play a lot of the main campaign in The Witcher 3, and then you just get a Witcher contract and you go kill a monster that has
Yes,
nothing to
it's
do with the end of the
exactly
world.
like that.
It feels
It's exactly
great.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
But
Yeah,
it's made all the more potent by having these characters that are heroes struggling against something big, and having they have well-defined characters and the way they relate to one another, but they can go back to something very simple.
Yeah.
And it's
Bread
very
and butter,
refreshing.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
not for nothing. Some of the best times I've had playing D&D, my camera keeps cutting out, are it's like you've tackled this big quest, blah, 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 but then you take a moment with your party and you go to this little town, you sit down in the inn and have breakfast, and you just like listen to the tavern keep talking about like how there's this waterfall that used to flow from the mountain, and then about 3 years ago it just stopped. And you're kind of just like, oh, I wonder why that happened. And there's no reason for you to go check it out, but you do anyway, because that's what you do in D&D, right? You go and find out why that sort of thing happened.
Well, you're an adventurer, but thank God for a simple little mystery that doesn't have to do with the end of the fucking world.
Right, exactly. Right. Of course, knowing me, I'll make everything have to do with the end of the world in some way.
Some form or capacity.
In
but
some way,
like,
it relates.
and side quests really just I don't know. It breaks the tension a little bit and allows you to just re-emphasize the importance or significance of the main quest. That's a really good point.
Speaking of side quests.
Yes, indeed. Speaking of side quests, I
What?
suppose now that we're all here, we can begin to jump in. But we're sorry we've been away for so long, viewers. It's been about a month and a half between family obligations, vacations, etc. It all just kind of hit a critical mass, and we weren't able to play. But we're excited to get back into the swing of things.
Yes, we are.
There's
Here,
so many more things to discover. So
Not use it. I want my old man back.
Mikhael, yeah.
Whatever. Goddamn.
The other one.
33 episodes in, I'm still getting confused.
I love that guitar.
So good. Welcome, everyone. We are Vrock'n'Gnoll, and this is our 33rd session of Shadows of the Arcan. In our last session, the party was awakened after only about 2 hours of sleep by Impik, who quickly explained that Mikhael had left the town. Our band of adventurers followed him north to the anomaly, which resided in a cave. There, while debating the best course of action, they encountered Takali, a wood-elven Varandiel from Cold Rock. She indicated that she was there at behest of Cold Rock itself to clear an instability, although she seemed to think that it had already been cleared, which she found quite odd. Quickly assuming control of the group, including Impik, who she expressed displeasure with, they all proceeded together into the cave, Impik leading the way as he was quick to remind them he had done this many times before. Within, however, he was baffled to find that the cave system, although largely the same in structure, had subtle differences. It was dry and sandy in the first area, for instance. There was a body on the ground, missing an arm and carrying a letter indicating that the crates which appeared to contain Angarixian marble chunks had been smuggled and were intended for a recipient somewhere in Cold Rock. He also had a small box with him which was empty. Impik quickly recognized the body of the smuggler from the previous iterations of the loop in which he is caught, in which it had been possessed by the Revenant, he said. As they investigated, the party was attacked by 2 bullets, which they managed to dispatch, Takali proving herself an invaluable ally and Impik proving himself quite the opposite. The creatures are slain, and the sandy floor of the room is quickly becoming a puddle as water leaks from the battle-damaged walls. What would you like to do?
Damn it, Impik. You couldn't have warned us about these creatures.
Don't look
How
at
many
me.
times? Yes,
You
I'm
weren't here
looking-
before.
Not
And
once.
what about this water? Was that here too?
This,
What
I'm
is this all
supposing something must have damaged the room like you did before in the previous iterations, and this was already flooded. I don't think those creatures like water.
That's all real well interesting, but are you sure it's safe to be in here? The walls are leaking. Is the water look like it's increasing in volume,
Yeah,
or is it steadily?
It doesn't look like it's increasing in volume. It does, however, look like it's building up on the floor. The sand itself is becoming quite sort of muddy, a bit like walking down the beach. When a wave comes and then pulls back out to ocean, you step on it and you sink into it a little bit. It's sort of like that consistency. Impik's just sort of looking around at the floor and goes, it never fully flooded previously, but who's to say?
Well, tread carefully. There was some sinking sand somewhere over there in the corner. And I point to the area where I had become bogged down during the fight.
You would recall that was probably caused by the bullets.
Right. Was it like
As
it was
they
like
shook.
shaking?
Yeah, as they vibrated the sand, it became a semi-solid, or a semi-fluid, and you basically sank into it until they stopped, at which point it became solid again.
Sorry to say, outside the
Strange.
slabs. What's that? What's that, Melchizedek?
I have encountered all varieties and textures of sand, but never have I seen the sinking sand before. My people have no word for it.
Don't they say that y'all got the boats that sort of fly over the water? So fly over the sand out there in the Zadada Desert?
Yes, we have caravans and conveyances for the dunes.
It wouldn't by chance be called a skimmer, would it?
No, it wouldn't.
Skimmer, what? What is a skimmer?
I'm thinking skims the surface of the sand. You know what? Never mind.
You take 3 points of smartass damage.
Well, I'm sorry to say that your friend ain't here. I mean, we can go them bullets, see if they swallow them up. But aside from that, I'm getting no readings here.
Listen, this is just one tunnel. I ain't that quick to give up on my friend. And I don't think he's one to be eaten by creatures such as this. It gives me indigestion just standing around, let alone actually trying to eat him. No, that tough old bastard. He's somewhere else here, I'm sure.
DM,
Yeah, maybe.
how is Eugene's hat doing?
Eugene's hat is acting strangely. Depending on his proximity as he walks around the room to the crates, which you remember contain some sort of arcanically capable stone of some sort. It was described as Angarixian marble, which is very good to enchant. However, it's sort of like giving you odd readings. At some points it's perfectly vertical, which is terrifying, and at some points it's, spinning as if there's no flux at all.
Well, it seems this room is prone to flooding. So as not to lose what we have recovered here, perhaps we can move it towards the cave's entrance. And then proceed along a less flooded path.
I hate to break it to you, but a good portion of this cave is flooded, actually. Further down, you'll see when we proceed.
Well, perhaps it used to be, but it seems the knowledge that you possess
Fair
is
point.
not particularly accurate anymore.
Oh, well, then I'll just go back to town.
Don't you dare. I wave a crossbow in his general direction.
All right.
So, why don't you come here and help me lift these?
Me?
Yeah, you haven't proven so useful so far.
I
look
cast
at
fairy
him.
fire in the last fight. That was useful.
Yeah.
Does
he's-
fairy
he's
fire
been
make
doing
these
okay.
boxes lighter?
No, but levitate might.
There, you see? You can be useful.
You really want me to use the spells?
No,
Look
just
dangerous.
help me lift this thing. I go over to one of the crates.
No, I'll give you a hand. Look at him. He's skinnier than a sapling in a springtime Somerset. Let me help you out. Takali will help you lift things.
You may roll a strength check individually, or one of you with advantage.
I
Impik also.
suggest individually.
Walks over and it's not hard to tell that he's faking it, but he goes, "Oh God, yes, I've got it."
Wait, what's the highest strength score in this party? I think we are like the weakest strength party I've ever been in.
You're lacking on the brawn front.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Takali's might be the best, but Takali rolled a 6.
Melchizedek rolled an 8.
Well,
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's
you
not
check this
budging.
for a movable rod.
I cast Mage Hand to help.
The mage hand sort of, and then turns around and pushes with the back of its hand. But try as you might, it's not going anywhere, you gather. It's possible that maybe it might have before the ground became all wet and started to essentially swallow these boxes, but at the moment at least, it's not going anywhere. These boxes
they
are
full?
heavy. The boxes? Yeah, they're full.
They're full of the ore.
Yeah.
They're like
If
slabs,
this was
right?
worth smuggling,
It's chunks. It's shattered
Chunks.
chunks.
Okay.
They're not
Oh,
slabs.
you guys, maybe now I have very little magical energy left, but if we take a short rest, I can regain some of it. Maybe I reduce the size of this box. It'll take almost all I got left. But if I reduce it, then we could maybe get it out of here. How long does that last for? Shoot, I forgot. That spell only lasts for 1 minute, though. Oh no, we'd barely be able to move it that far.
are you sure that's even a good idea? And I point to his hat.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
It tugs a little
trying to look
strangely
at-
at your head as it sort of like does odd variations, and the two rods point in different directions sometimes.
Listen, fellas, I am not one to turn away from such a fortune. But we're here for our friends. This stuff ain't going anywhere. Well, as he looks around, and it looks like the room still is filling up with water, right?
Yeah, it looks like the boxes are slowly sort of sinking into the quagmire that's forming.
Is one of them open? We did open one to see inside.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take out a few chunks, put them in the bag of holding. I don't know,
Okay.
something like 5 or so,
You may
like
mark
sizable hand-sized chunks.
down. Yeah, you may mark down that you have 5 chunks of Angarixian marble.
Give me some
Is
some rope.
Okay with you, Takali? Oh, sorry, Aaron.
What? Officially, no. These are goods that should be tracked and taxed and tariffed by the Coal Rock government, but
These are not goods. These are evidence.
seeing
about
how
to get
my
drowned with water.
mission, seeing how my mission wasn't to recover these, I could look the other way.
I hand
Perhaps.
50 feet
Look
of
at this,
hempen rope from my
Takali, could you help me
adventure.
over here? And Impik sort of turns around and walks to one of the walls that's leaking water currently. It seems as if the water's leaking at a steady consistency. And he just goes on silliness and turns around and he meets your eye, Aaron, and winks.
Nods with a wink of his own. And
I
then-
hand 50 feet of hempen rope from my adventurer's kit to Arid.
Arid thanks. Keys the deck quietly and then motions for him to help him tie the rope around the boxes in a tight knot. And then as they do that, he creates a loop or a collar for Fenrir to try to drag the boxes out of the room, or at least one of the boxes out of the room.
Okay. I will say that the limit of hempen rope is about 1,000 pounds. So Fenrir can try. Go ahead and roll a strength check for Fenrir, please.
There is a carry weight limit, I think, that's based on strength. Is there not, DM?
Yes, but I'm not sure if it applies to... I don't see actually why it wouldn't apply to your companion, to a construct.
Yeah.
What is
well,
Fenrir's strength?
It is 14.
14.
And I forget
Well,
what
let
the
him
math.
try.
I
Let's
can
give it a
look
shot.
up.
See how it goes.
Okay. So do you want me to roll or look up the amount?
Nah, go for a roll. Don't worry about it right now.
Sure. Come on, Fenrir. 14.
14. The box begins to move ever so slightly. Just as it sort of slides its way through the wet sand on the floor now. You gather to get it to the door and out of, certainly up the slope you came down to get to the entrance of the cave. You could be here for a while.
It's all right, Fenrir. Melchizedek. I think you're right.
Shut.
And just tuck away as much as you can. The Arab would also take 5 chunks, you said? How much is each chunk? Weigh?
Each chunk, a hand-sized chunk, probably weighs about maybe 10
Guessing like
pounds.
5 pounds, 10 pounds.
Yeah, 10 pounds, something like that.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, I'll take.
It is solid. It's solid marble.
All right, we can put 10 of them in the bag of holding, but we probably ought not to
We have a bag of holding?
do those things.
Yeah.
Don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Why don't we just put all of it in the bag of holding?
Bag of holdings are they're limited as to the amount that they can, the space that they can carry.
It
You
can hold
gather
up
if
to
you
500
emptied
pounds.
everything here. Is it 500 pounds or is it space?
No,
It's,
pounds.
It's
It says
pounds.
500
Okay.
pounds. Yeah.
I'm thinking
Not
older
exceeding
version
a volume
D&D.
of so
Yeah,
500 pounds, not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet.
Okay. Then you could
So this is
theoretically
a
take up
tenth
to
of
500 pounds, but depending on what you already have in there, that may be less.
Well,
I think
Melchizedek,
1/10 of the bag's capacity is probably sufficient.
How about we
Okay.
take 20 pieces?
Look, we know it's here. If we have reason to come back for it, I'm sure we can find some way to empty the cave of water.
Anyway, I'm anxious to find our friend. Let's get this done. Keep looking.
Yeah.
Oh,
Every
thank
minute.
God, I was running out of things to say. Impik turns around.
Really? You Impik? I doubt it.
Shut. Rude.
Well,
You've been nothing but helpful, and you've been hurtful this entire time.
That's true. You have been helpful. I think sometimes I just project some of my frustrations with my old professors onto you, with the Centrulia post
old.
and everything. Yeah, well, okay. Relatively, but anyway. It's fine. I don't mean to insult you.
Fine.
You're being very helpful. I apologize.
Should we proceed by any chance?
I'm anxious to find Melchizedek. Impik, where to next?
Back the way we came, and then we'll go down the corridor instead of back out.
Well,
And he,
we'll follow your lead.
He begins wandering off.
DM, could
this
you
passage,
unpause
right?
the game?
Yeah, I was
Oops,
gonna say.
sorry.
Sweet. Oh, nope, not that.
All right. I'm following Impik, both crossbows loaded, but pointed at the ground.
He reaches the spot where he made a mark on the wall on the left-hand side, and he points to it and says, "See? On the right. That means that way is out. But we don't want to go out, we want to go down, so left." And he starts proceeding down the corridor, which slopes downward. It's much the same as before, although now it's starting to get a little wet, based on the water that's trickling out of the room you were just in. It's not a deluge or anything, but it's slowly starting to get a little muddy. He reaches up to this point, and you've heard as you proceed down this corridor the sound of cascading water. It's quite loud. It's almost overpowering at this point where he stops. And looking around in this dim light, those of you who can see, there is a waterfall on your left, coming from a passageway pretty far above you, probably about 20 feet up. And it's pouring down into the passageway and then flowing in a small river down the passage. It is also, however, filling a small basin to your right, which appears to not fill any further than it needs to. It's not like overflowing or anything. The water pours into it and it must go somewhere. At which point Impik stops. So, water comes from up there. I've never been up there. What we're looking for is down there. It's a very big room, large chasm, high ceiling, probably about 50 feet up. Water, lots of water. There's a big pool down there, although I wouldn't recommend going anywhere near it. It creeps me out every time I do. And then we take a right. There'll be a small space between the rocks, and then all hell breaks loose. So, you tell me what you want to do.
DM, is the waterfall a trickle or
No, it's quite
is
strong.
it?
Not Niagara Falls strong, but not a little spring-fed strong either.
Like,
you
it's
gather it's
kinda
probably
loud
fed
in
by a
here.
river. Yeah, it is quite loud.
Kind of, yeah.
Does it look like?
Right.
Does it look like the waterfall is flush against the rocks, or
Good
does it look
question.
like there might be something behind it?
Doesn't look to be flush against the rocks. No, it's pouring sort of into the middle of the passageway. But you can check behind it if you want to.
I give an end of the rope that I had taken out to Arid.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, hold on to this.
It wraps it around his forearm, nods. Go
This'll
on,
be
man.
interesting.
And I would like to see if I can investigate behind the waterfall.
Okay. The rocks are slippery underfoot. They are covered with like a mold and sort of like river muck almost. And as you step on them, you're very glad for the rope because you catch yourself against it as your foot slips. But you right yourself relatively easily. You're a dexterous individual. You reach through the waterfall and your hand meets stone, solid stone.
I feel about it a little bit, but if I'm convinced that there's no passage that way, then
What's the temperature like, Mel? Is it hot, cold, somewhere in between?
how is
It's
the
not-
water, TM?
It's not as cold as you'd think it was going to be. You've been swimming in rivers in the area and so forth, and while they're not warm by any stretch of the imagination, they're not freezing either. It's about that consistency, or about that temperature.
Not too cold. Don't think it's spring-fed, for whatever that's worth.
Any sign of Mikhael?
Not this way, it's solid stone.
Does anyone have a passive perception of 16 or higher?
16 or higher.
I think that
No.
Yes.
You do.
Pretty sure I'm at 17.
Nope. 14 here.
I swear one day I'll write
17.
it down so I can look and just see it. This is the hard part of not having a DM screen, guys.
That info, right?
can't
There's gotta be a
write.
digital version of that. That's
You-
gotta be
you
a
can.
Vrock'n'Gnoll thing.
Just like one thing you could do as an aside, Shanti, is if you download the D&D Beyond app, since we all update our character, there is a DM screen in the app that you can
That's a
open up
good
on the
point.
side, and it shows you all that investigation, perception.
That's
Like,
a really
it's-
good point.
You could, yeah, just like a
I'm gonna do
heads
that.
up. Use the app.
To borrow the Critical Role metagaming pigeon.
Yeah.
Beyond for all your passive perception needs.
So,
So I think we're dealing with a
anyone with a
17.
16? I know Eugene has a 17.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Not to Kali.
Eugene, that pool to the right, where the water's disappearing, or is flowing into, as well as down the passageway, it never fills up the whole way. And as you peer around it with your goggles, it's a passageway. Flooded, but it's a passageway. It's narrow. It'd be difficult to get through, particularly because it's flooded, but
There's a passageway over there.
When you say
You said-
passageway, do you mean like literally there's like a hole in the basin where it's like filling up, or and like you can fit through it and into where the water is flowing
yes,
out?
you could fit through it. You gather a small person, not too large. Fenrir, for example, could not fit. Impik easily. You would have to go through it on your stomach to get through all the way.
Underwater?
Mm-hmm.
As
Come on,
Eugene
guys.
is relaying all this, Eric just turns to Melchizedek, shakes his head slightly.
This has got to be the way.
No
Don't you
way.
think?
No, it's the way that we're looking for is down that way. I've never done that before. I don't know.
Yeah, but you always died. I'm gonna like get on my stomach and start trying to like crawl through it.
I hold on
I-
to you.
no.
I pull
Oh,
Eugene
I-
back,
Water in my mouth. In my
and I
nose.
say, Eugene, let me. And I tie the rope that I had given, or one end of the rope I had given to Arid, to my ankle, and put away my crossbows. I get
Male.
onto my stomach.
This is a terrible idea.
Wait, Melchizedek, before you go, when you get to the other side, if you get there, 3 tugs, it's safe. 4 tugs, and
Pull me back.
it's not safe. 5 tugs, we can go back, and then I was thinking for 6 tugs, it could be. Yeah, that sounds great. I'm just,
Colleen, whatever
Come
your
on.
name is.
I'm
Now,
just having fun.
if you're in trouble, Mel, just tug twice for trouble, once for you made it through okay. All right?
Let's do more than one, because one could be an accident. I say 2 and 3. 2 for trouble, 3 for follow.
All right.
Okay, and
Eric shoots, to Carly a dirty look. I'm kind of enforcer are you, holder of the law?
What you mean by that?
Take a live
so
friend's life. Who's waiting?
DM,
Mm-hmm.
as I make my way on my stomach towards this, before I put my head underwater, I've attached my crossbows to their holsters, and I've taken a certain weapon from my satchel, and I'm clutching it in my right hand.
Okay. I will move your character in the direction of this underground, subterranean, submerged passage. It's creepy for the rest of you. He simply places his face underwater, and you watch as he wriggles through a space maybe a foot high, 1.5 feet, pushing himself along underwater, and his feet disappear. The rope that you're holding onto just through your hand. Mel,
Good idea.
you crawl for about
Good.
a minute before you realize you're not going to be able to hold your breath any longer.
Here goes then. I open my mouth. I hope that Eugene was right about this thing. And take a gulp of water.
It's strange. It's a panicky sort of feeling as you realize you can't breathe water. It's unnatural. It's not normal. You shouldn't be able to. And yet, the water as it reaches your lungs feels like air. Thicker, but it feels like air. You crawl for probably about another 30 seconds or so, until you see above you the water seems to be flat now. There's no rock at the surface.
Anything else remarkable? Is it, there's light to see here? I'm no longer in total darkness.
Does not appear to be light here. There does appear to be, however, a slope in the floor, the rocky floor, that reaches up to the point of the water's edge.
I follow it and try to break the surface very slowly.
Carefully do so. And you are in air. It's stale air. You gather it probably hasn't been breathed in a long time, but it's breathable. Looking around, it's a small room. It's not really a room, it's a cavern. It's a small chasm. It's probably about maybe 4 feet high. You gather that the ceiling is collapsed at one end. Looking at it, there's pieces of rock that have fallen in and are jagged. What's your perception? Or roll a perception check for me, actually. You're looking around.
Is a 9.
A 9. Beyond gathering that the room has collapsed, or the cave itself in here has collapsed, you don't really notice anything else immediately. Unless you know, from where you are currently.
Yeah. So, is it pitch black in here?
It is, yeah.
All right.
I assume you're looking
take
through your-
Leviathan. I put it in the satchel. I take out my my crossbow, and I look through the scope.
Mhm.
And I will begin to feel my way along the wall,
Mm-hmm.
looking for any openings, paying attention to changes in the water temperature or drafts of air.
Roll an investigation for me.
A 10.
10. As you walk along the wall, there's no draft of air, and you leave the water. You're above the water now. The slope behind you leads back into the water. And as you drag your hand along the wall, there's a smooth part, which is odd. You weren't expecting it. You got used to the roughness of the naturally hewn rock. This feels smooth.
Evidence of some human activity. Does the smooth part continue, or is it kind of
It's a small patch.
human width, like door width?
It's not even door width. It's probably about 2 feet across, maybe.
I push on it.
Nothing happens.
I proceed a little bit. Are there more of them?
Looking around or feeling around, there do not appear to be more of them. You can see through the scope, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's nothing else in here at all.
Not that you found.
Up on the ceiling?
Nope. The ceiling
jagged
appears
rocks?
to have collapsed. Jagged rocks.
I guess I could risk a little light. I put down the crossbow, or I reholster the crossbow and take out a torch.
I haven't felt any tugs. Is he doing okay? What's happening? Did he drown? I would try to send a message. Melchizedek, are you okay?
You don't hear any
Does
response.
it reach me?
Air would mention to Eugene, stone, probably too thick.
Must be. My gosh. I guess if he hasn't tugged, he's got to be all right, right? He's still checking.
The
things
rope
out.
is still moving, you've noticed. It is pulling through your hand, although it has stopped for probably about the past few seconds. As you light up the torch, Mel, you notice it sort of dazes you for a second because you've been underground in a dark space for a little while, and it sort of, the orange light of the torch dapples off of the water as it sort of sits and sort of floats in here, little, very small waves. But it sort of sets the ceiling ablaze as well at the same time, just as the light refracts off the water. But as you turn to look at this smooth spot, you notice there's writing on it.
Is it anything that I can read?
What languages do you speak?
Zodani and Kalan.
It does not look like either of those languages. You can roll a history check if you want. See if you recognize the script.
Cool.
Pat,
An 18.
18. It's Old Elvish.
Looks like the
Specifically
Elvish
Wood
rising
Elvish.
from the cave. Ah,
You
not
might-
from the
you
cave.
might recognize
from
it
the,
as Sylvan.
From the wood.
Mhm.
Hmm. Wood elves have been here, it seems.
With an 18, you'd know it's a very old version of Sylvan.
But it doesn't look anything like what we saw in the woods. Or over the shop.
No. It's similar.
The apothecary.
It's similar too. You imagine they have common roots, but or one is an ancestry of the other.
Is there any way I can... Let's see. Trying to think if there's a way I can show the others what it means, because I know that there are some in our cohort who can read such script.
What's in the what's in the bag of holding?
No,
Have any
I
paper?
don't have the bag of holding.
Oh, Eugene has the paper in it, I think.
That's all right. I try hard to remember it. I could commit it to memory with the intention that I will scratch it into the ground in front of Arid
Okay.
when I return.
How long do you spend committing it to memory?
I trace it with my fingers for a good minute or so. I practice writing it in the sand at the shore if I can.
Okay.
And when I think I've got it, I decide that I will head straight back.
Okay. Arid, the rope hasn't moved in a while. And it, about maybe 2 or 3 minutes later, goes slack.
wow, you sure really are dropping like flies.
What? No, he's not. He's doing fine. He's just something's
Man,
going on.
Eric,
What's going on,
please.
Eric?
Pulls on the rope until it becomes firm again, and waits for is there give or is there
It
resistance?
pulls taut, and Mel, you spin slightly since it's attached to your ankle, and you're
Yeah.
facing the other way. But it does pull taut, and then a moment later, as you pull it again, there's more slack, and it pulls taut again.
I think he's coming back, Eugene. It's all right.
Yeah, see, I knew he'd be okay. You need to have more faith. We're really, really tough, us foremen. We've made it through a lot to Kali, so just, yeah. He's fine.
It's about this time that Mel's face emerges.
I'll leave my crow as I look over at Melky's neck. Glad to see you
There's
back.
not much back there. Just a cave. Pretty empty. But I did find some writing on the wall. Wood Elvish, I think.
Eric,
And I'll do my best to reproduce it, either by scratching it onto a rock or on the floor.
Roll
is
an
a wood,
intelligence for me.
Dom? Is that correct?
The DC was determined by the amount of time you spent memorizing it.
What was your question? Is Takali
A
what else?
19.
Yes, Takali's what else.
19. You feel that your reproduction is fairly flawless as you scratch it into the surface of a rock.
Something like this. Like the script above the shop, the apothecary. But with these funny markings and dots on the top.
Really
And I
old.
end it with a flourish.
Who speaks
Eric.
Wood Elven?
Aaron has Elvin and Sylvan. I imagine Takali probably has.
No, I actually don't speak it, Sylvan. That's when after the arrival, I got separated from my parents, and I look like a wood elf, but weren't really much raised around them folk. So you got a better sense of it than me. Look like you could read it.
Well,
That's it. There was just this small inscription upon a smooth patch of wall.
What's it say?
Takali, maybe at some point, if you like, I could teach you. It's only right, given that it's your heritage, if you have an interest. In any case, let's see. And he starts to read the script.
It reads, "The depth of time, beneath the waves, through countless eons and sunken graves, the watch endures its darkened fate and stands to guard this water gate. Pay unto it the toll in coin, and not from there a gold purloin. A single gold, 'tis all it shall ask, but without it surely none shall pass." I will send the script to you.
Okay.
That was significantly longer inscription than I thought I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you're lucky you rolled a 19.
The characters are dense. There's a lot of information packed in each one.
Right. It's just like
Chinese
technical language.
Yeah. It's like 2 characters. That's like really it. Like
2 lines. You can't understand that? Come on. Well, Aaron relays the rhyming.
Luckily, Melchizedek has an eye for inscriptions and carvings.
There's something
Lucky
strange.
Melchizedek rolls a 19. It doesn't rhyme in common. The rhyme scheme is lost in common, but you hear it in Sylvan in your head, and it makes sense to you.
Oh, I relate it. Normally it would rhyme, but common is such an ugly version of the spoken tongue. Doesn't carry through well. Oh, that's
Well,
probably
that was interesting.
this little flourish at the end there. That doesn't really mean anything that I'm aware of.
Yeah,
That was-
that
I was on it.
As far as I know, it was a faithful reproduction.
You said you
don't
finished with
know.
flourish.
yeah, it doesn't seem very elven to do that, you know? They're
I
just,
understand that. This actually has a huge meaning.
Look, this was quite a lot to remember, all right? I've done my best.
No, you did great. You did great.
I'm just surprised you can read it at all.
I can't really read it. I can recognize it as an old language, but yeah, Sylvan, it's like a different variation of Elvish. That all the like nature sounds, the bug clicks and whatnot. It's not for me. I can't get behind it. I can't figure it out.
This is canon now.
Yeah.
Well, it's lucky we have Erid here to interpret for us, huh? But what does it mean? Even in common, I find it the slightest bit dense.
Did you see any sort of some sort of riddle?
I think I might got this one. Takali reaches into her pouch and pulls out a smaller pouch from within it. It's a coin purse. She takes a gold piece out, twirls it around, and then flicks it up in the air so that it lands inside of that basin. Like a wish. Make a wish.
Nothing seems to happen.
Well, that's all I got.
I think you're on the right track. But maybe it's not here. Where is the receptacle? I mean, we might as well all try it here, right? We need a gold purloin, right?
There are coins in the big watery bit down below. I've seen them before when I lit a torch.
Did you ever try putting a coin in there?
No, never occurred to me.
Yeah. Well, because you never went down there, and we did, and yeah, hell yeah. Foreman figured this shit out. Okay, so we go down there where Impik's telling us to go. and we all give a gold each, and maybe that'll save us. Maybe it'll change history, and we'll somehow find Melchizedek. I mean, Mikhael.
And
I hope he's down
the
there.
instructions are very clear. Do not remove the gold which is already there.
Well, of course.
I'm glad they thought to mention that.
Yeah, that's true. We were trying to already steal all those rocks. We were
Bad
pretty
luck
easily
anyway.
tempted.
Can't be taking
Sure,
coins
but-
out of a fountain and stealing
I don't
wishes.
believe in luck, says Impik.
Well, that's why you died 1,000 times. You've got bad luck. Pray to tomorrow.
Takali. This has been said a couple times, that Impik has died many times. He's talked about loops and iterations. You don't have to react to it, but it does strike you as odd.
Takali, as much of this is happening, is taking meticulous notes in her book, and occasionally you see her upon some such name drops, or friend Melchizedek or friend Mikhael's missing, talk about this or that. You see her pull out her notebook and write a quick scribble down. Quiet in the back. Quietly folds it back up, puts it away.
Those like personal notes, or are you like making a report for somebody?
You spying on us?
Oh no. You think you're that important? They send a very DL out here to spy on you? No. It's just for my report, I've come all the way out here, spending all this time helping y'all solve this mystery. I gotta present something back to my superiors. So.
What is
Don't mind
this
me.
part at the end? You see Melchizedek sort of deep in thought still about a water gate. Does it really translate as gate, or is it more like portal?
The direct common word is gate, but it can be interpreted as portal as well. We haven't finished exploring everywhere here, but might mean the waterfall that you were touching on earlier. Hard to say. I think we go on down to where Impik was pointing us to, toss a coin in and see what's what.
All right, well, everyone take a gold.
Well, no, I think it says a single gold. If we all
Per
get
loin.
a single gold coin, then that's 5 gold
Oh.
pieces.
Honey, purloin means to steal. It's not purloin like per loin.
I thought it meant per each one of our loins. We each threw
Oh,
a
honey,
coin.
no. No. Oh, that is so precious.
Oh,
Here,
no.
just
Spend a
rub it
while writing a poem for your players to enjoy.
Yeah.
They said. Yep, it's turned into a sex joke.
It'll be nice.
All right.
Well, at least you're
Impik.
covered. You don't even need anything, darling. That's great.
Well, lucky we decided to investigate that passage. Otherwise, we'd be going in blind, eh?
True.
Let's see this thing through then.
Which
Yeah.
way from here, Impik?
Mel, did you replace the certain weapon in your pack?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
As soon as I got out of the water.
Did you do it stealthily?
Yep.
Roll a sleight of hand for me.
And 19.
19. What's your passive? Well, actually, Takali, you're looking, so you can roll a perception if you want.
Okay, my passive is going to be 12, but I'll roll an active. That would be a natural 1
Yep, you were busy looking in your
in my notebook. Yeah,
in your
I'm
notebook
scribbling.
and talking about loins with Eugene.
Because when you just hear it out loud, it's like I don't know is the word.
Per line.
No, I get it. I get it.
Per line.
Actually, that's fair. You weren't reading it, so. Well, shall we?
Leave the white.
Right?
Right. Well, he reaches into into the coin purse that he has, that is quite plush because he got paid in half in advance for the job. Takes out a gold coin and flicks it in the air and catches it. And this way, then, he proceeds down the hallway.
Down which hallway?
The water flows around your ankles here, by the way. So it can be a little slippery, but you notice that he's holding onto the wall as he goes to keep his balance. As he proceeds further. It's
Can I roll an acrobatics check to hop along the rocks gracefully?
You can, sure.
For fun. 25.
Jeez. In a
Seeing
display
that,
of elegance
Melchizedek
and
will
grace.
attempt to follow.
Please do.
23.
23.
Well, try this.
Displays of beauty and grace, you see the two most dexterous of the party barely touching the surface of the water as they needlessly, but quite extravagantly show off their poise and elegance.
I'd like to challenge you to a game of horse one day. That sounds like a good time. We'll go out and see which
Takali, you could make quite the sun dancer if you spent some time training with the Zudani.
You see her face a little stiffen a little bit when you mention that. Maybe, and she scurries along, and you would notice noticeable discomfort in that suggestion.
Melchizedek has a big grin on.
As you reach the base of this passageway, it opens up into a chamber, which is dark, except for a dull purple light from your left that sort of just glows faintly. And it's not a steady glow, it's sort of like an undulating glow, almost. You hear the sound of water here. There's drips from the ceiling, but mixed with the sound of waves, constant waves, as they crash against something and then recede again. The far side of the room is large. You see a sort of cliff in front of you. There's a sunken pool here, but it appears to be completely still.
I would like to start moving towards the purple glow. Impik, what's this?
This is that creepy pool I was talking about.
No, and he's pointing at the purple glow.
The purple glow is to the left, and those are caused by active arcana crystals. They grew here naturally, apparently. I don't think anyone knows they're here. To the right is a chasm. It's very narrow, and beyond it is a shitstorm. Just warning you, that's where the thing is.
What's the DM? Do I know what arcana crystals are used for again?
Yeah, you wear one around your neck. Arcana crystals are the often used forms of enchantment. They can be foci. They can carry spells or spell diagrams. They have many different uses. You've seen a lot of them. In fact, probably the most impressive example you've seen thus far has been in Mayor Petrov Yankovic's sword. There is a blood-red arcana crystal emblazoned in the crossguard.
Did you catch that?
Yeah, arcana crystals. I wonder what they're
Look
used
later.
for.
What colors are they? Are they all sorts of different colors, or did you say that they're like one uniform color?
There are many different colors. In this case, the glow is purple. You can't see the Arcana crystals from here. The glow is coming from around what appears to be sort of an embankment of stone from the far side of it, all the way to your left, probably about 200 feet away. You'd have to walk left along the side of this sort of pool of water.
Is this the sort of thing we ought to concern ourselves with?
It doesn't concern us, but
Sure.
I look at Aaron and Eugen.
I have an interest, yeah. But first, I do want to find our friends. Grab some of those afterwards. Be useful for some enchantments.
well,
Yeah.
then I hope you're ready for a fight. He sort of
Is
steps
this
out.
Wait, I grab his arm. The gold. Is this the pool?
He holds up the piece in his hand and points to the pool. And he just sort of quietly steps out and flips the coin in and dashes back to you. There's no sound. There was no splash as it disappeared over the edge. Well, that's unsettling.
Eugene,
Someone
you
else
think
try.
that's an illusion? Is there
Well-
sound? Is there the sound of water?
There's the sound of waves, but the water, as far as you can tell, looking at it from here, is still.
Impik, have you been down there before? That's not an illusion, right? That's
Fuck
real.
no,
pool
I've
of
never
water.
touched it before.
Oh, okay.
Go look, you'll see, it's creepy.
Okay. I'll
How
go out.
far? How far is that drop?
If you walk up to the edge and look down, it's probably about 15 feet. It's not too far. But what you notice is coins that glint in the purple of the light. Not many. Looking around, there's probably about 100 in here. But looking around it, they just sort of float there in the water, maybe a couple inches below the surface. And as far as you can tell, the bottom is pitch black. You can't see a bottom to this pool. And the water is completely still. Also, from your vantage point, looking where you are, there's a protrusion from the center of it. It's odd. You have to place it for a minute, but it almost looks like part of a ship.
Like a ship? Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna cast light on one of the coin that I'm gonna toss and like try to toss it out over like by the ship.
Grab his arm.
Roll an axe check.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Not you, Aaron.
Yeah, sure.
It's an 11.
An 11. You manage to catch his arm, but the coin's already left his hand.
What?
You
Eugene,
watch as the small ray or beacon of light cascades over the edge. How close are you to the edge when this happens?
I'm right by the edge.
Yeah,
Right
that's
by
how
the
we-
edge?
I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
I
too.
didn't move my token. Yeah.
You watch as the coin hits the water. No ripples, no sound, and it just sort of floats to the bottom and sits there. The light just sort of and goes out.
I just hold my breath and waiting for a second.
As it goes into the darkness.
Roll a
you
perception
mean?
check for me.
Mhm. Was that Arid specifically, or?
That's another 11.
Another 11. You don't notice anything odd happen. The light just goes out.
Well,
That was
we've paid
not an
our
illusion.
toll.
The riddle said one coin. Hope this didn't mess anything up.
think we ought to just jump down there?
For what? It's not the way.
Wait. Well,
Mikhael
shit.
is probably
I don't know.
in this room, right? Impik? The room's down this way. He points towards the little narrow passage.
To the right. Yes, it's that way. But it's a fight. Every time.
Water. Do y'all have any
If we can't
ideas?
get a hold of Mikhael, I mean,
Look. From here, if Mikhael were there and fighting, we'd hear it. I don't hear a thing.
exactly.
Why rush
I
in?
could try and send him a message.
He's either
But
not
there-
there, or he's dead already. And a fat lot of good it'll do any of us if you lot die.
Are
I'll
there
be
any
fine.
other spaces that we haven't explored?
Must be, Mel, the riddles to be believed. There's some Watergate somewhere around here.
Perhaps he is, I don't know, back that way or the other way.
There is the area to the left around the pool, which is where the glow is coming from. It's where the
I'm
Arcana
sort of
crystals are.
looking this way for any
Oh.
signs of Mikhael.
No, that's the way to the fact.
Roll a survival check.
Survival. Alright. 22.
22. You're fairly
Any
confident
footprints? Yeah.
there are no footprints heading in that direction. There are a couple where you are, but they look old, as if they've been there for a long time, and you only really see one or two towards the edge of where the water runs out of the passage you just exited and into this pool, which, by the way, also is not filling up and also is not splashing as it goes over the edge and drops 15 feet and lands in the pool.
Look, I don't see any footprints going in towards the fight. There are some here, old ones, going into the pool.
Going into it.
Perhaps the travelers who tossed these coins into the water. I know not. But I do not think that our friend made his way in to see the creature. Can I also look on the other side here, the Arcana crystal path and the other way?
You can. There are footprints that way. Those seem to be fresher with the 22. It's like someone with nails in their boots, probably to like cleats almost to hold on to surfaces and loose.
Towards the crystals or around the
Towards
other
the
side of the
crystals.
lake?
Towards the crystals. It's around the other. It's to your left. Where it goes beyond that, you don't know. You'd have to go up to it.
Look, there are some footprints this way. I think it's worth checking before we test the waters, so to speak.
Okay.
Okay. Proceeding.
Following
as
the
you-
footprints, if I can, to see if
The
they
footprints-
do they come in and out or just in?
In and from where you are, just in. They walk directly towards the Arcana crystals, and you notice at the base of them, these are quite beautiful, actually. They are sort of amethyst in color, and they are at jagged intervals and spikes as they protrude from the wall. There's several clusters of them here. There's one to your left, two on the far wall, and then one to your right as well. You've never worked with Arcana crystals before, so you don't really have a sense of what they might do or how valuable they could be. But you do know that mining operations, when they strike Arcana crystals, consider it better than striking gold. They are quite valuable. The footprints...
Are
sort of
there
walk-
any?
Yeah.
Are there any Kinrath eggs?
You take...
Oh no.
10 points of smart-ass damage. Dropping a KOTOR reference on me. The footprints, you notice, they walk around a little bit around the crystals, and looking to the right, they then proceed out the passageway and around the far edge of the pool from where you entered.
Are these dangerous?
Taking a closer look at them, DM. Can I tell what kind of Arcana crystals they are? You said that they show up in a myriad of colors. Are they all violet, or you said there are multiple?
These are all violet, these crystals. Roll an Arcana check for me.
Sure. Eugene, come help me take a look.
I was gonna say I'd be checking them out too for sure. So I'll roll as well if I can.
Is a 10.
Ooh, 25.
10. With a 10, you are aware that they are certainly Arcana crystals. They are certainly active. You don't know necessarily anything more than that by looking at them, though. You imagine you'd have to take them to a lab and examine them, or a sample at least. Eugene, you remember reading something obscure, that the color of an Arcana crystal does not necessarily mean anything about the crystal itself, other than the origin substance. So, crystals that come from the crystal mines in Cold Rock, for example, tend to be blue and green because they fused with copper and silver. It was a silver mine, and when the Arcana arrived on the earthly dimension, these crystals flourished into what they are, right, by infusing existing metals. You're not sure what they infused. Go ahead.
Do they grow as like stalactites or stalagmites, or in clusters, or like is it just like is it a hodgepodge, like in the walls from the floor? Like how do they tend to grow?
It depends on the substance they are fusing with. If you have a vein of silver, for example, you will have a vein of Arcana crystals. Some
it follows
more
the vein.
Perfect than others. Right. Some will be flawless, maybe, like 0.0001% of them will be flawless, and some will be extremely flawed, usually speaking, depending on the quality of the ore that is to be mined in that area. Here, however, they sort of grew in a cluster out of the wall, and they are purple.
With the 25, can I ascertain their like purity, their quality, and that, like you were just mentioning?
Do you have jeweler's tools?
No.
I do, though.
With a 25, you can tell that they are rare. You haven't really seen many purple ones. Certainly haven't seen any red ones other than one, which was in the sword of Petrov Yankovich, the sword that belonged to the Sanguimancer, as you know. And blue and green are certainly the most common. These are you're not sure their quality or their rarity, but you haven't really seen many before. You've seen some, but not many. If you'd like to check for like quality, Melchizedek, you can. You can roll a check for me. I guess make a... What is it? A jeweler's check? That'd be interesting.
I always use just a tinkering check.
I guess that's fair. Are you proficient with jeweler's tales?
Yeah. I did intelligence plus proficiency.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for me.
And the proficiency is a +3 bonus on top of whatever this will be. 13 total.
13.
They look for clarity, color, cut, and carat weight.
Correct. As far as clarity, these are pretty clear. They're not perfect. There are spots in them that are quite flawed, and there's actually several spots in them that are pretty damn clear, too. You're not sure of weight or quality. They are completely uncut, right? They're naturally occurring.
I guess one thing that I would like to look for is to see if anyone has removed any from the clusters.
With a 13, you don't see any spots.
It looks like whoever came in here left them untouched. I
I would
wonder if there is a reason why.
I'd like to grab some. Use it for future enchantments. Perhaps Eugene could too.
Yeah, these could be super valuable. Let's get them. I mean, we can use them. We could sell them. We can give them to Dorian.
Perhaps we ought not to disturb the cave before deciding what our next steps will be.
I think the cave's already been disturbed by those creatures. Male, I doubt
Fair
us
point.
taking some of these rocks.
I will offer my tinker's kit with the accompanying chisels and hammers if anybody wants. I know these to be an extremely valuable resource, although I have no idea how to use them.
Thank you, Mel. That would be great. I was going to use a grenade, but this would be much more a cleaner extraction.
Okay.
Good.
Are you going to attempt to mine some of these crystals?
Yes, please.
Roll. Are you proficient with jeweler's tools?
Probably not. Well, no, hold on. I'm actually proficient with. So I'm a artificer.
Artificer.
There's some. I believe there's some features, right, which makes them
You
proficient
can
with.
make tools.
So if I
Oh,
make,
yeah.
If it makes you proficient with them.
yeah. But I have the right tool for the job. At third level, I'll learn how to produce exactly what I need. With these tools or artisan's tools in hand, you can magically create. I have artisan's tools.
So that
So
would be
can-
like a jeweler's kit.
You can create a jeweler's kit, but does it make you proficient with it?
No.
As far as I'm
Word.
aware, no.
The tools are non-magical and they vanish when used as feature can. No.
Okay. So,
So if I see him starting to do something really stupid, I'm going to stop him and help him.
okay. You may go ahead and roll an intelligence check, plus your intelligence modifier, but you cannot add your proficiency score.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Aaron, no, like this.
Well,
May
yeah.
You may
Oh
roll
my
with
God.
advantage because Melchizedek is helping you.
I would.
How do I, the game is bugged. I've rolled an 11 now for like the third time.
With an 11,
Wow.
you manage to retrieve the piece that you were attempting to retrieve. You were going for obviously one of the most clear pieces that there is that Mel pointed out, and it with the light, it cracks off of the crystal, off of the larger structure, the larger cluster, and you feel quite proud of yourself until you lift it to the light and notice there's now a crack running through it.
Maybe you'd better let me.
You may add a cracked purple Arcana crystal to your inventory.
And I attempt to get a few off. So
You may. Go ahead and roll with your proficiency.
may I roll a dex instead of int?
I would say that in this case, yes. Jeweler's tools, yeah, makes sense for it to be dex.
Is this long enough to take a short rest? No, not really. It takes like a whole hour, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, short rest is an hour. This has been probably 10 minutes or so.
Going to be 18.
What was it?
18.
18. From the remaining clusters, you managed to gather about 4 specimens that are varying in quality. These are not nearly as fine as the piece that Arid was working on, but you may add another 4 purple flawed Arcana crystals to your inventory. Not cracked.
Are you taking care of this, Arid, or should I do it?
Yeah.
That's probably enough mining for one day.
While they're going to do this, Takali goes up to a cluster and pulls out her notebook and begins to sketch a drawing of the arcana crystals in the wall.
The footprints going down this other little cul-de-sac.
As Aaron's pocketing these crystals for Mel. Mel. I think Mikhail's still alive.
I think that a lot of things are undetermined. This little mage, I say, gesturing at Impik, he says he has died thousands of times, and yet here he stands.
Yeah, he
I
said
reserve my judgment.
well. Okay.
Before we leave, is there anything down this way, or is it just an empty cave?
Proceeding down, it's dark here, but with your various forms of night vision, or dark vision, I should say, you see the remains of what looks like a small campfire, and a bedroll, and a backpack that are just sort of laid out at the back of this cavern.
Picking up.
Also
I go
pickaxe.
over. Do I recognize them?
You do not, no. They just look like standard Dungeoneer's kit.
And is it possible to tell how old these are? How long they've been undisturbed?
Give me an investigation.
All right. That would be 15.
15. With your combined roll from before, which was pretty high, and a 15 now, you gather they're probably about as old as the footprints you've been following.
Someone passed this way, but how long ago it is difficult to say. But it was not yesterday.
DM, you said that they had like nails, like imprints in them to like secure like footing.
Mm-hmm.
Was that also true of the footprints that led up to the cliff's edge?
No.
Or were those distinctly different?
Those were distinctly different.
It seems to me that someone's mining this place or scoping it out. But look at these over here. These ones are different. I point them out. It's got soft soles. The other ones look like some sort of miner that may have been out here at some time.
Good
Well,
eye.
it seems we have succeeded where he did not. But it has
Perhaps
brought us no closer to our goal.
tunnel's half as dangerous as Impik you say it is, then well, it's probable that our friend met an untimely end.
Eugene, how quickly do these crystals grow? Is it possible that someone harvested them and then they simply reform?
Takes a long time, DM.
With a 25 from before, you'd know that they can grow instantaneously in the event of an Arcana storm when there is extreme instability. You also know, in theory, although you've never seen it, that it can change entire landscapes, right? You know the stories of the mountains to the west of Sanguine, for example, being completely transformed. Yes, yeah, thank you.
How
being
is
completely transformed
Eugen's
by an Arcana
hat
crystal.
in here?
Fairly
If
stable.
the final boss battle isn't in a floating crystal, a castle made of Arcana crystals.
You've been reading my notes.
I'm playing Final Fantasy IX.
Right. I would be very disappointed.
Well, it seems now there are only two ways to us left: into the pool or down the passage to the creature.
Let's take a look then. You up for a little spelunking? Male?
Well,
Are you sure it's just one coin for all of us, or just one coin per person? I'm sorry if I messed that up earlier. I thought we were supposed to all
Air
do it.
shots. Look, Eugene, I don't have the answers. Suppose we'll find out though.
we paid the toll.
Alright. Oh god, I hope I didn't mess things up. Here we go.
It's okay. Mel's going first.
I give Arid a dirty look. Well, I'm giving you the rope. If anything goes wrong, I'm pulling you in after me.
Fair enough. I wouldn't let you
And
go alone.
this time I tie the rope around my waist and hand him the slack.
Okay.
He hands me the slack. I take the rope and I actually tie it around Fenrir.
Okay.
Very encouraging.
Fenrir chomps on it.
Yeah, right. Look, now between me and Fenrir, who do you really want to be the one trying to haul you up? And Arid flexes as he does. His pin ropey
Good
mouth
point.
groups like a down.
I kneel down and I feel the rock along the side of the waterfall. Is it slippery or is it something one could climb down?
It's fairly slippery. It is covered in moss where the water has been touching it, and you notice it's the same moss as that's been growing in the passage behind you. Also, the same moss that has grown over the remains of this ship in the middle, or what looks to be anyway. You figure you could climb down it. It wouldn't be the easiest thing you've ever done, but it wouldn't be the hardest either.
Well, perhaps with the help of a rope, I will make it. I don't fancy jumping into something I cannot see the bottom of. I'll attempt to scale down.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check. With advantage because of the rope.
23.
23. There's no lip at the bottom for you to put your foot on. But as you reach it, where you're expecting to slip into water, your foot instead touches what feels like glass, almost. You know it's not, because you watch the coin go under the surface, but as you step on it, it's almost solid. It's almost like stepping on a bouncy castle.
A gold paid, a passage earned. It's all right. I put a second foot onto it.
As you lift your other foot, you notice there's an imprint in the water's surface that lasts for a moment and then sort of washes over.
I guess that puts me here now.
Are you able to pass through?
It's odd. I've never walked on water before. I take another step.
Water walk? Oh, that's a really cool spell.
You successfully take another step without falling through the surface.
Right. I think we can pass, having paid the toll as requested.
There's nowhere to go, Mel. I know you can't see quite well, but
Can I see the bottom now, even looking for my
Nope,
for my scope?
you cannot.
to my eyes, it doesn't look like there's anywhere to go. Just this.
Just a moment. I'll approach the ship.
Okay. As you approach, you notice that it's not a full ship. It's at an angle. And the only part that you can see is the prow, or the stern, rather. The prow seems to have been shorn off. So the inside of the ship is clear to you. You can see into it. Within, it's very, almost lavish, very beautiful, but old and rotted and destroyed. The wood is wet and falling apart. There are very beautifully and elegantly decorated chests and chairs. There are rooms that you can see from where you stand on the water's surface. And the mast in the back has been shattered, is gone and missing, but it only stands about 10 feet left. The ship itself, the outer hull, is and indeed most of the inside is covered in moss and mold.
Mm-hmm. Minding the instructions not to purloin anything. Carefully pick my way around it. Is every square here 10 feet?
5.
5? Alright, so I'm not quite running out of slack on the rope yet, I imagine.
This is a very small piece of the ship, from what you gather by looking at it.
Alright, well, my main goal here is to determine if there's any passage on the far side.
Make a perception check.
Or if this is just a pool. Alright. A 17.
17. Notice a couple things. First, there does not appear to be a passage on this side. Second, as you turn back to your party, along the far side of the ship, at the very back, which is hidden from the shoreline, are written the words... oh, nope, you can't read them, actually. You note that it's High Elvish, which you would recognize but not read. And for a second, almost, there's almost like a ripple, very quickly, underneath you, below the surface of the water you're walking on.
Well,
I make my way back. Alright, so there is some writing on the ship. But that's about all I could find. It's Elvish, so perhaps one of you who can speak it would like to come down here.
can you write it down again? You did a good job last time. And he starts
Look, it's right here.
pull him up as he climbs up.
Look safe
No,
enough.
come with me.
Oh, you want me? Oh, okay.
We've paid 2 coins. At least 2 of us can go, if not all.
Well, the fact that it works makes me think it's what Eugene was guessing earlier. Maybe it's 1 coin per person. But I think the way the magic usually works, tuned to the specific user. So let me toss a coin myself just to be safe.
Well, I didn't throw a coin in, so...
Oh, you didn't? True. All right.
I imagine you should be safe.
So it's 15-foot drop?
15-foot drop.
There it
Here, hold on to me, and I have the rope. Just in case.
jumps over. and attempts to do a roll as he lands.
Okay, roll an acrobatics check for me.
18.
18.
As he leaps over, lands, and then rolls with the momentum.
It's strange. It's almost like rolling in jello. Your face almost goes into it for a second and then comes back out on the other side. It's very uncomfortable, and you notice as you look down, there's an imprint of your face in the water that very quickly fills over with trickles until it's smooth again.
Man, that was rush.
Nice. You're gonna learn.
Isn't that about 9
No.
out of 10?
Thank you.
Wow. Fascinating.
Takala just uses Misty Step and boom, pops right down on the water surface.
Well, that was we only gave 2 coins. If you came down, that's a third person in the water.
Land on the water surface, and your feet sink into it slightly, and then you are stable.
Really?
Can't say it's my
how do you-
favorite feeling, but
Is there a rope still that I can try to use to get down?
There is, tied to Fenrir at one end, and Melchizedek at the other.
You could try to climb down that. Yank Melchizedek.
All right, don't move, Melchizedek. Don't move, Fenrir. Good boy. I'll try to climb down that.
Okay. I won't make you roll for it. You have the help of both Fenrir and Melchizedek to do so. And your feet meet water. You're sinking.
Ah!
And
It's
within a
not
blink of an
working!
eye, you're gone. You don't even have time to shout it. Below the surface.
Did you let go of the water?
You
The rope?
are surrounded by darkness. Looking up, you don't see anything where you came from. Looking down, complete and total darkness. There is water everywhere. And in the distance, as you are swimming up in the direction you came from, you just see an eye open,
Dear God.
staring at you, directly
That's
at
so
you.
scary.
And it moves with the water, circling you. Doesn't seem to be aggressive, but it's taken note of you. You see, as you swim up, coins that bounce off the top of your head as your face breaks the water.
So I was able to come up.
Yeah, you're back up. You couldn't
Oh my
see
God.
the surface from underneath it, but all
Yeah.
of you watched as Eugene plummeted underneath, seemed to panic for a second, and immediately began swimming up, dispersed the coins above him, and popped up through the surface. He's treading water currently.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, it's huge! It's
not good.
gigantic.
Not good.
Run
There's something
over,
down
Everybody,
there.
back to shore.
grab the rope, and then make sure Eugene. Here, take the rope. Take it.
Okay, I'll grab the rope and I'll try to start climbing it to get back up the waterfall,
Roll
which
an
I'm sure is
athletics
very
check
hard.
for me.
I'm going to use my full action and get back to the edge and try to boost him up.
Go, let's
Okay,
go.
you may roll with
16.
Takali is
Okay,
looking down to see if there's eyes. while you guys run off and do that, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
16.
16. You manage to climb up the rope. It takes you a little bit, but you do manage to do it with the help
It's like
of
slipping
the others.
against the slick wall as I
Yeah,
like.
you are
kinda
soaking. And
clamber.
by the way, that water was freezing cold. Not like the water in the waterfall. It was beyond cold. It was a shock to your system. But you managed to
Yeah,
haul
like
yourself
shivering,
out.
pale. Just gonna roll
Takali.
up
That's
the top of
odd.
the cliff, still laying down
Roll
in
a
the
perception
water
check for
because
me.
it feels warm.
7. Eyes? What you talking about?
You don't see anything in the water. Other than the coins.
Now, this is odd. We put 2 coins in, yet 3 of us walked on the surface and the 4th sank.
But maybe it's because I threw the coin. I don't know. I shouldn't have thrown it. I knew it. Why did I do it?
It's all right, Eugene. Just stay there.
The
for a
rest of
minute.
us are still above the surface.
Yep.
I will go take a look. And look for that writing that Mel
Okay.
found.
You see it to be the name of presumably a ship. This ship. It says the Tempest Horizon.
You guys, you should really get out of there. Whatever I saw down there, it's freaking gigantic, and it didn't feel, like a normal beast. The water was so cold.
Can I roll a history check for the Tempest Horizon?
You
I
have not
hope...
seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
The
Fair enough.
Tempest Horizon.
Now you can roll a history check.
23.
23. Yeah, you've spent a lot of time in Cold Rock. And observing the ship, it is elven, and it is of beautiful make. Pretty similar to the Epoch Chine, which is the ship used by the Magus Arcana to get around. It lives on Cold Rock Lake, and because you've seen it, teleport. It can move without wind. It simply and appears
The
somewhere
Tempest
else.
Horizon, by the way.
Not the Tempest Horizon. Yeah, you don't know if that one can do it, but it's of the same sort of design as the Epoch Chine, which can. Now, you don't know if it's a quality of the ship or it's a quality of the Magus Arcana, because Lord knows if anyone can do it, they can teleport an entire ship. They are simply the most powerful mages on the continent and perhaps in the world, as far as the Varandiel are concerned. Tempest Horizon is an elven ship that you know of that the rumors say went missing during the arrival, along with a whole bunch of other ships that were supposed to bear their occupants to the New World. The Epoch Chine arrived. That one's obvious, carrying several members of the Magus Arcana today. This one, however, did not, or at least it was believed to have not.
Sorry, you said the Tempest Horizon, and I relay all of that. And Jakali runs over in disbelief to check it out for herself, and relays the story as such. What in the... What could it be doing here? I wonder if this is where it ended up. All them years, people thought it went missing, but... strangest places ever to find it here.
When Eugene said there's some sort of creature at the bottom of this.
You're on mute, Eugene. You're on mute, Eugene, if you're talking.
Sorry, just got that. Yeah, I don't know.
Impik
Maybe
waves his hand and
all the
dispels the
ship
silence spell.
And maybe it kept it for itself. Maybe it followed the ship here, or maybe when the ship tried to transverse or teleport, it like somehow caught something else with it in the portal, in the wormhole, or however that works, which I would know more about than I'm saying right now.
You can roll an Arcana check to see how much you know about translocation magic.
Sure. That sounds fun. Let's see what we get. 16.
16. Wasn't your area of expertise, particularly large-scale translocation like this. You know it's possible. You've heard about it. Obviously, you've heard of the Epoch Chine. You're a knowledgeable wizard. But you don't know exactly how it works, whether it teleports an entire area, including the water underneath a ship, or if it's just the ship and what's inside it, or you're not quite sure how that works.
Right. I'm not. I just kind of explained that. I'm not sure how it works, but something is here, you guys. Something big, something that it seems dangerous.
Eugene, I think this is what the poem referred to. If this ship is that old, and this thing must have been there for hours, just through countless eons. And some graves, the watch of jewels. You said it was a giant eye, right?
Yeah. Yeah, giant.
That the poem is about this creature, this thing.
But the poem said there is a gate. Is the ship the gate?
Gate,
Oh,
I
wow.
think, is this the water itself.
I think we're
Yeah,
standing
maybe
on.
that's
I
it.
agree.
Why did I go through it? Because I exceeded the coin, but you guys all.
Perhaps it's best we don't go through it.
Sorry,
The
who
legend-
else threw a coin in?
Impik, I
Impik
think.
and
Impik.
Impik
Yeah.
just raises his hand. I'm not going down there.
Oh. Perhaps I
Oh,
misunderstood.
yeah. Maybe we throw a coin if we want to go through.
Maybe we're supposed to go through it.
But whatever's down there, oh my god.
I hold on to the coin. Oh, sorry, onto the rope. And I try to, holding onto the rope, have one foot sort of on the ledge, bracing myself, and 1 foot above the water.
Okay.
And I also drop a gold beneath the waves.
Without a splash. Vanishes and just floats a few inches below the waves as before.
And
And your
very
foot sinks below the
slowly
waves.
dip my
Below the
toe in. Yeah.
Passes
Ah.
through. It's cold water. It shocks you
So
even just on your feet.
So it is a gate.
Well, I don't think we want to go on the other side of that gate. Maybe, I don't know, Impik, you guys never did this before? You said you guys never went down in here? You just went into the other cave with the creature and you died?
Oh, was that to Impik?
Yeah.
Oh, I never went in there. Of course not. Why would I do that? Looks horrifying.
It is. Oh, maybe it is a test. Maybe it's intentionally scary, to keep people out. I don't know.
Well, it doesn't say anything about anything useful. So far as we can tell, there's nothing useful down there, just this threat. It says it's a gate to where? No idea. As far as we can tell, Mikhael didn't come this way either. The artifact isn't down here. There's no reason for us to attempt to drown ourselves figuring out what's down there.
Yeah.
You said it was a giant eye
Yeah, uh-huh.
and water in all directions, right?
Yeah, pitch black.
I can't be sure, but it could be a different plane of existence. Surely you know about those.
I mean, yeah, a little bit. It wasn't my area expertise, but we've been learning more.
Not
It
mine
definitely
either.
seems like it could have been that, but like Aaron said, why would we want to go to the southern plane when we were trying to find our friend?
I can't think of a
Unless
reason.
we-
I told you, the way is that way. It's
Yeah.
you all that wanted to go look at Arcana crystals and into the pool and who knows what else. At this point, look, there's no noise. So he's either not there or he's dead.
True. Whatever we do, maybe we need to rest first. I'm so exhausted.
That would be my recommendation.
Well, there is that small cavern in the back there. where the bedroll was. We could wait there for an hour or two.
You're no use to me dead, so... I say, rest up. Your friend's clearly not here, or you can't help him. Because if we go in now... well, I'll just wake up again 3 days ago and wait for the next best opportunity, I suppose.
Yeah. What makes you think the same would not befall us?
Do you remember previous loops?
Not yet.
Well, you've been there before. You've fought it before. If you don't remember your previous loops, you're not caught. These are just different manifestations of the loop. You in different, I don't know, possible dimensions, I suppose.
I give him a dirty look, and I climb back up the cliff.
It follows. Well, all right. It's a bit disappointing. I was hoping either would get some hint of Mikhael or maybe something.
We can
useful
still
on the
explore beneath the surface. I'm not willing to bet that Mikhael did not find his way down there. He may not have found the inscription, but there were other coins floating beneath the surface. One could see them from the cliff here. Mikhael is... well, he is observant.
True, but it's water, right? Passing through just means you drown.
The inscription says it was a gate.
Yeah. It
Plus-
felt like cold water, but unnatural.
Could you
Mikhael
breathe?
liked to throw his coins away for no good reason.
True.
It's true.
Could you breathe while you were down there, Eugene?
I didn't try. I was panicked. Once I saw that eye, I just focused on getting out, and I didn't open my mouth or take a breath because at the moment I thought I was underwater.
Well, it seems
Okay.
like the path forward is to take a bit of rest.
Yes, let us rest up, and before we fight this thing, I should like to explore the waters one last time, in case there is something we missed.
Going back down? Here.
All right.
before we
After
go.
the rest.
Oh, after the rest. Okay. Well, that's fine too.
So I head back towards where the bedroll is, and so we could take like an hour there.
Yeah,
Can we
Yeah.
can we rest down here? Is that possible?
short rest.
If you'd like to, sure.
Cool.
No reason not to. Where are you choosing to rest? By the edge of the water? By the Arcana crystals?
By
Back
the
here
bed-
by the bedroll.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
It's like defensible
Um,
little camp. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you sleeping for a long rest, or are you going for a short rest?
I was going to say a short rest, but
Okay.
Yeah, I could do with this short rest at least.
Okay. Impik is with you. He simply seems to lie down. You notice he runs to the bedroll and takes it and lies down on it. You notice he doesn't have any sort of adventuring gear with him. He goes, mine. I claimed it. It's mine. All right. And just closes his eyes. Which one of you is keeping watch?
I can do it.
All right.
I'm no worse for anyone else's wear. Y'all take a rest if you need to. And
Yeah.
Takali will post up and start sharpening one of her axes, like she'll crouch down next to the wall.
It makes an eerie sort of ringing sound in the cavern as the whetstone goes across the tip of the axe.
Almost humming. And Takali whistles along.
It's about 5 minutes in until Takali finds a resonance, a frequency at which she can sharpen her axe that makes the cavern hum slightly.
Nice.
There's a vibration.
Cool.
We'll take a break there.
Probably
you know
not.
that the Varandiel have magical abilities. Almost all of them have magical abilities, but you don't know that she's a mage per se.
She has. You have seen her cast spells, so you know she's a spell
That's what I
caster.
was thinking. Yeah, I was like, I didn't really comment when she cast the Misty Step.
She
Well,
also
we knew,
cast slow, and
Right.
you would see, like, just as a point of reference, like when she was casting her spells, you did see her pull out a book
Oh, okay.
as part of casting the spells. And like
Yes.
as she's like sharpening her axe and like doing her arcane recovery while keeping a watch out, you see her like flipping through another notebook. This one is like small and bound of like simple tanned green dyed leather.
Takali, you're a wizard yourself, huh?
Yeah, of a certain sort, you could say. Although my magic is most potent in these. She gives her hand axes a little twirl, throwing them up in the air, and they both bring back to her belt.
Huh. So did you study at a school?
School in Cold Rock, although sort of pulled aside at one point for extraordinary talent, they called it.
With
Run
axes?
Well, it's magical abilities. I'm not the smartest by the book standard, but got a special feeling about the magics of the world. Seem to flow through me a little more naturally than others. Call it a gift.
Huh. You know, people used to tell me I'm gifted all the time. They'd be like, "Oh, you're so gifted." I never really understood that, but I guess we have that in common. People think we're gifted.
Possibly. I do mostly time-related magics. Going fast, going slow, zipping
Oh
from
my
here
God.
to there.
I've been so fascinated with time-related magic recently. That's amazing. And we talked about this. That's right. The book, Time and Its Irrelevance.
Yeah,
Irrelevance, yes.
that's a good beginner material for anyone interested. Come visit me in Cold Rock one time, and I'll bring you to the library. Well, parts of it you
I
can
would love
access
that.
anyway. It's a
The library would be
non-citizen.
called the Reliquary, by the way.
The Reliquary. Oh, I've heard of the Cold Rock Reliquary. They don't even like humans to go in there. But
Well,
I
as
guess
long
I
as
could
you're
go under
escorted.
like. Yeah. Oh. Could you get me in there? That's awesome.
First step is surviving this, and whenever you're back in Cold Rock and I'm around, feel free to send me a note. Here's my
Sure.
mailing address.
Thank you.
123
Wow.
Fake Street.
Yeah. This.
You gather very quickly, Eugene, that as she is a wizard, she kind of meant you should just send her a message.
Doesn't seem like a real. Oh, you mean like a magical? Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, thank you.
Gives you a
Funny.
wing.
All right.
Yeah,
we all-
Aaron's also a wizard. Yeah, sorry, we can stop talk about wizard stuff. I could do it all day, which we should do someday. Talk about wizard stuff all day.
Just not
But not
today,
today.
if you don't mind.
I would
Looking
call myself
around.
an enchanter at this point. You both have outstripped me in terms of magical ability at this point.
No, but you made these magical creatures. I mean, you're plenty magical. It's a different focus, you know.
Right, speaking of focus. Anyone want to explore this pool with me, or am I going alone?
Eugene, with your passive perception, there's been a purple light from the crystals that's sort of been undulating through the passageways around here this entire time. It's a bit more of a green tint to it now.
Hey, you guys notice the crystals changing color? We're green now. You see that?
The green tint doesn't come from the direction of the crystals, although you can't see them. It comes from the other direction. And Takali, you're closer to the mouth of this little cul-de-sac. You hear... Very faint.
Kali holds up a finger. Quiet. Stay here. And she goes invisible. Boom. She casts greater invisibility on herself.
Wait. Oh, shit.
Where'd she go? Oh my god, did she trap us? Did she lure us here?
And
Two.
It's closer now.
I'd
You
like
hear the
to,
sound
Light is
of
growing lighter.
two
like to sneak around the
crossbows
corner.
clicking in their holsters.
Oh my
As
God.
you peek around the corner, you see across the water from you a skull with flaming red eyes and green flame as it floats menacingly down the hallways,
Wow.
looking between the passages.
I grab a stone while it looks away from me,
Okay.
and I throw it down the hall we came from, or towards the direction of the hall that we came from. Like over here.
Okay. Roll a sleight of hand check for me. See if it beats its intelligence. It can't
But
see
she's
you.
invisible.
It can't see you. Well, this is to see if it falls for it, basically.
Sleight of hand. Features, attributes, sleight of hand.
Unless you can make an argument for a
Ooh.
different stat.
Nope, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. It rolled a 17. It does not figure it out. It stops and floats up the way you came. You hear as the green light vanishes up the tunnel.
Sneak back around the corner. Once I'm satisfied and see the flames leave.
You would see Arid with a sword drawn, with Fenrir right beside him, blocking a sort of entrance to further in the path, the cave.
Come around the corner, I whisper. Me. Don't worry. There's sort of undead creatures floating around. Heads on fire, green flame. Never seen nothing like it.
Those
red-
are summoned by the spirit. He controls them.
Ain't too smart. I'm pretty sure I can distract it while we sneak on through. Unless you want to take a pet on.
Man, I think we've run out of time to explore this lake. We should go and deal with this artifact.
I think that would not be wise. But this cave is full of mysteries that are beyond one of my abilities. I would vote that we all seek refuge beneath the waves. Perhaps while this undead thing is distracted.
Yeah, that's a terrible idea. Eugene said he saw this gigantic eye. It was water, cold. It couldn't breathe. You want to hide there? What are you thinking?
The poem says it is a gate, and that we can buy our passage.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's as simple as that.
But it didn't say a
There's
gate to
something
where.
that watches. It talks about. Sorry, keen mind bringing up the chat. Taking forever to open. Yeah, it talks about through countless eons watching and enduring and standing guard. I mean, I don't think whatever's there wants us to just pass through that gate. Unless it's all about paying the toll, but I don't think so. I mean, maybe the coin gets us through, and that's all that matters.
Look, friends, let's not get distracted. We are here to deal with this art.
We are here to find Mikhael.
And find. Think.
And if Mikhael is nowhere to be found in the cave, then perhaps he passed through the gate. It is the only hope I have that he is still alive.
I mean, that's a good point. Impik knows what's through the other door. It says we die every time we go through there. Why would we try it again?
Things were different this time. Takali wasn't with us in these previous times.
That's true.
And you couldn't breathe down there. Did I remind you? You said there was a giant eye watching you.
He was just surprised.
That thing could kill us as well.
Different for Mel. Mel, you could breathe underwater.
Wait, what?
Isn't that what you said? Something about the gun? We identified it. Didn't we?
Yeah, that's what
identify
you-
the gun?
That's what you
Yeah,
told
that's what I
me.
said. Yes.
And I tried it. And it does work, yes.
The word gun is unusual to you.
Yeah.
Takali.
I was gonna say,
Sweet.
anyone can roll a perception check. You might hear the sounds of scribbling in a notebook.
An invisible
I've only
notebook.
ever heard it used once or twice before. It's a weapon that's wielded by the leader of the Varandiel. You've never met her, but you've heard talk of that weapon.
Listen, I think this is a really bad idea. But if you insist on going down, take a look with the rope. It's just, we gotta be quick. We got this skull thing floating about, apparently.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with that thing.
And if we all go down, it ends up being the wrong choice. All drown in this water, get consumed by this creature with an eye bigger than Eugene. There's no one around to rescue us. I vote we
I
fight.
wish Mikhael was here. He'd have some wise insight as to what we should do.
Well, if none of you are coming with me, then I shall consider this a scouting mission.
Okay, I'll come with you. I mean, I saw the thing. I know what it's like. I don't think I can really help you once we get down there.
It's alright. Just wait, sorry, is what's her name still invisible?
Takali.
Takali?
Yeah. It lasts 10 minutes, so I don't know how long this conversation is lasting, DM. How much time I
Probably
would
coming
have.
up on the tail end of it now.
Last few minutes.
You guys be visible to Takali, just in case.
All right. I think I hear him coming back.
And you can stand watch on the shore.
I'll stay and watch too, I guess. I suppose we'll fight this flaming skull while you go on and take a bath.
Here, I'll
Just
grab
want
the
to have a
attention.
look around.
It's a bad idea.
Aaron disapproves so hard. It's a pretty silly idea, but let's try it. I mean, who knows?
So Air will come along with Fenrir beside him, and not trying to be stealthy at this point. Well, I mean, is everyone being stealthy?
Up to you.
Yeah, do you guys like come out?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to encounter the skull thing. If it's, can I see its green light? Do I know if it's in here? Or...
Yeah, is it still in the room, or is it like coming back at this point? Takali would be like
You don't
at
see
the
it
front
coming
of the
down the
door. Okay,
It's dark in the hall.
I think it's gone. How's a chance?
All right. I take Leviathan from its satchel
Okay.
and, holding it in my right hand, I dive over the edge.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Taking a good look at the gun now that he holds it out in his hand, it's not the gun it's not the same gun. Or would I even have seen that weapon
You
before?
wouldn't know. You've never met the leader of the Varandiel.
That's right.
She's a
Secretive.
enigmatic person at
Mhm.
best.
Mm-hmm.
But you have heard talk amongst the rank, shop talk. Like, I really want one of those. I've seen it. I've seen her carry it, and it's incredible, sort of thing. And you've heard it referred to as a gun before. It's also referred to as a limbless crossbow and a gauss, are the three terms you've used to describe, or you've heard describe it before. Okay. Did you
Air's
tie a
close
rope
enough.
around your waist?
Nope.
Okay. The water meets you, and you pass below its surface. Slowly. It's not quick. There's almost a period in which you're transitioning, and the gold coins sort of push to the side and scatter as you pass by them. Looking up, you can't see the cave or the surface of the water where you came from. It's dark. It's cold. Very cold. And somewhere it looks like it must be beyond the size of this cave that you're in. An eye opens, looking at you. It doesn't look all that big in the end. You imagine for a moment that Eugene must have just been panicking and exaggerated, but you realize it's just far away. As it gets closer and closer, the eye itself is 4-5 times the size of you. You pay the toll. What seek you in my domain? You hear this in your head.
Can I breathe?
You take a moment and breathe. It's not quite as panicky this time. You've done it before. But it's freezing, and it chills you to the bone as you inhale it.
I seek my friend.
You'll find no friend here.
Did he pass this way? An old man.
No one has passed this way for 283 years.
And where does this way lead?
You see the eye sort of move, as if it's studying you a little bit. It is a brave man indeed, who cannot see through a door, and yet walks through it.
I look at the eye directly. The Gauss is pointed down, by the way, not at the creature.
Mm.
What is in the chamber above? Did you put it there?
I have never left this watery plane of existence. I know of no chamber.
Is this a different plane?
Brave indeed. Or perhaps foolish.
And to whom do I have the pleasure of addressing myself?
I am a watcher.
There are many of you then.
Once.
And what is it that you watch?
The portal.
The ship which is up there. How did it come?
It failed to pay the toll.
And is the toll the same for a ship as it is for a man?
The eye sort of narrows a little bit, studying you. A ship is not alive, but it is filled with living beings.
And what do you do with the toll, might I ask?
That is not for me to know.
And the toll once paid, is it good for many crossings, or just a one time?
I know not.
All right, well, it doesn't go anywhere in particular, or goes everywhere, and my friend did not pass this way. I shall have to wish you a pleasant day.
And the eye just closes. And you are in darkness again.
See the surface.
On the surface, you cannot see the surface, but on the surface, Takali, you've been watching up the passageway. Melchizedek is nowhere to be seen. He didn't tie a rope around himself, he just dove in. A few minutes into waiting and watching, you hear the green glow begins to appear again in the passage.
Shit, he's coming back.
Damn
We
it.
got a second. Here, I'll fend him off. I'll distract him. Keep waiting for Melchizedek.
He might need help. It gets really dark down there.
Yeah,
I
precisely. That's why you all ought to stay here. And I'm gonna go distract our green friend. I got much time to argue, I'm sorry.
It's at this point you hear, which is a noise you've heard before. You recognize the scream of anger from the day before when you faced a revenant. The becomes a loud wail, and you hear the sound of spell casting and an explosion. You hear the distinct sound of magic missile being cast, and you hear a crash and silence.
That might be Mikhael. Or somebody else.
Impik.
Where is Impik?
What? Impik sort of cowering behind Takali right now.
Oh,
We gotta
okay.
go. We gotta go. We gotta go see what's going on. Forget
Hear
the
the
skull.
tumbling of stones as they roll down. You hear footsteps.
This is coming.
And emerging is the corpse you saw yesterday, or not quite yesterday, but a few hours ago, missing an arm. In the hand that it possesses, it's carrying the skull. The lights are out in its eyes, and the green flame is gone.
Oh, thanks for that. Appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
It's not looking at
yeah.
any of you, it's looking directly at Impik. And Impik's looking at it. Well, this is awkward. I'd like you all to meet, me. And that's where we'll pick up next session.
Oh.
The corpse is Impik?
The corpse is Impik? Yeah, wait, what?
The Revenant.
The Revenant. Oh my god. The Revenant.
Yeah, because he died and he. Oh, man.
Interesting.
This gets weirder and weirder.
What happens when you're your own
My
revenant?
goodness.
Yeah, maybe
Who
we
knows?
should have.
But I guess we'll find out on the next episode of Shadow of the Arcan. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We have been Vrock'n'Gnoll. We hope you had fun. We did. And above all, we hope you have a magical night. Take
Good
care.
night, everybody.
Cheers.